Hi, beloved seniors. Today I'm sharing the 10 foods that commonly make arthritis pain and stiffness worse, plus 5 powerful swaps you can start today to calm inflammation and protect your joints. If you're over 50 or you've got knobby hands, this is for you. Hit like and subscribe. And let's start it. Why diet matters. First, a quick reality check. Arthritis is very common. In the US alone, roughly 1 in 5 adults over 50 million people have a doctor-diagnosed form of arthritis. That means millions of families are living with joint pain and activity limits every day. Diet doesn't cure arthritis, but it shapes the body's inflammatory environment. Some foods tend to increase inflammatory signals, the chemical messengers that make joints hurt and feel stiff, while other foods quiet those same signals and help you move more comfortably. Quick disclaimer. This video is educational only and not medical advice. Check with your clinician before changing a medication or starting supplements. If you're on drugs like methotrexate, ask your doctor about alcohol and diet interactions. The 10 foods to avoid or limit: 1. Added sugars. Sugar spikes blood glucose and triggers inflammatory pathways, including the release of pro-inflammatory cytokines. That's why sodas, pastries, and sweetened drinks often make flare-ups worse. Look at labels for high fructose corn syrup or sucrose. 2. Processed meat. Bacon, deli meats, hot dogs. These are high in saturated fat and often preservatives that can promote inflammation over time. Swap these for lean protein or fatty fish when you can. We'll cover replacements in a minute. 3. Refined carbohydrates. White bread, white pasta, and many crackers cause fast blood sugar surges, which trigger inflammatory chemicals after meals. Choosing whole grains helps stabilize sugar and reduces that inflammatory ripple. 4. Fried foods and high-age foods. Fried foods and charred, highly processed items contain advanced glycation end products, AGs, and trans fats. These increase oxidative stress and inflammation, which isn't good for tender joints. Limit fries, battered foods, and very high-heat grilled meats. 5. Gluten, if sensitive. For people with autoimmune arthritis like RA, gluten may aggravate symptoms in those with sensitivity or celiac disease. Not everyone needs to avoid gluten, but an elimination trial under supervision can reveal if it affects you. Try 2-week gluten trial. 6. Red meat in excess. Red meat has saturated fats and can raise inflammatory markers if eaten often. It's also a source of purines that contribute to gout in susceptible people. Swap in fish or plant protein several days a week. 7. Vegetable oils high in omega-6. Some common cooking oils, soybean, corn, sunflower, are heavy in omega-6 fats. In balance with omega-3 fats, omega-6s are fine, but most modern diets have too many omega-6s. Switch to olive oil or avocado oil for cooking and dressings. 8. Alcohol. Alcohol can increase inflammation and can interact with arthritis drugs like methotrexate. Also, beer and spirits are known triggers for gout attacks in many people. If you take disease-modifying drugs, discuss alcohol limits with your clinician. 9. High-sodium processed foods. Too much salt contributes to water retention and can worsen swelling. Plus, processed soups, pizza, and snack foods are often packed with salt and inflammatory additives. 10. Nightshades, if you're sensitive. For some people, tomatoes, potatoes, peppers, and eggplants may worsen joint pain. This is very individual. Try removing nightshades for 2 weeks and tracking symptoms to see if anything changes. Try nightshade trial for 2 weeks. Quick recap host summarizes. So that's 10 common culprits: sugar, fried foods, processed meats, refined carbs, high omega-6 oils, alcohol, too much salt, and some personal triggers like gluten or nightshades. Now, let's talk about anti-inflammatory foods you can swap today in your diet for a better you. 5. Powerful anti-inflammatory swaps. You should start today. 1. Choose fish instead of red, processed meat. Examples: salmon, mackerel, sardines, or trout a few times a week. Omega-3s in these fish reduce inflammatory mediators and can improve joint pain and function. Studies and meta-analyses support omega-3 benefits for both OA and RA symptoms. 2. Extra virgin olive oil, AVOO, instead of vegetable oil. AVOO contains oleocanthal, a compound that acts very similarly to ibuprofen in lab studies, and it's a cornerstone of the Mediterranean diet, which is associated with lower inflammation overall. Use EVO for dressings and light cooking. Vegetable oils like corn, soybean, sunflower, and safflower oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids. Fried foods, margarine, many salad dressings, and mayonnaise typically contain these oils. Choose olive oil, avocado oil, or coconut oil instead. A 2020 randomized trial found that topical extra virgin olive oil was effective in controlling inflammatory pain of joints in women with RA. You don't need to eliminate omega-6 fats completely. Your body needs some, but balance is key. 3. Whole or ancient grains. Swap white rice, shash pasta for quinoa, barley, or steel-cut oats. Higher fiber stabilizes blood sugar and feeds a healthy gut microbiome, which helps regulate inflammation. 4. Eat berries for snacks. When sugar cravings hit, choose blueberries, strawberries, or cherries. Berries are rich in anthocyanins, antioxidants that help lower oxidative stress and inflammation. Cherries are especially useful for gout prevention. 5. Turmeric and ginger. Season food with turmeric and fresh ginger instead of excess salt. Curcumin, turmeric's active compound, and ginger have good evidence for reducing joint pain and inflammation in clinical studies. Adding black pepper or healthy fat improves curcumin absorption. High salt intake activates inflammatory pathways in your immune system. A 2024 study in mice also shows that sodium promotes inflammatory cell death in joints, making arthritis worse. Processed meats, canned soups, frozen meals, restaurant food, pickled foods, some cheeses, and bread are all surprisingly high in sodium. Aim for less than 2,300 milligrams of sodium per day. Mini recipe demo idea? Try pan-seared salmon with quinoa, mixed greens, berries for dessert, and a turmeric lemon vinaigrette. Simple, fast, and anti-inflammatory? Focus on anti-inflammatory foods that can help reduce arthritis symptoms and improve joint health. A 2017 randomized controlled trial found that a Mediterranean diet for 16 weeks significantly reduced pro-inflammatory cytokine, IL-1 alpha, and cartilage degradation markers in patients with arthritis, with improvements in joint range of motion. Fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel are rich in omega-3 fats. Colorful fruits and vegetables, like berries and leafy greens, provide antioxidants. Nuts and seeds, like walnuts, flax seeds, and chia seeds, provide healthy fats. Olive oil contains compounds that fight inflammation. Whole grains like brown rice, quinoa, and oats provide fiber and nutrients. Herbs and spices like turmeric and ginger have anti-inflammatory effects. Practical daily strategies. Food matters, but so does consistency. Here are 5 practical habits to lock in these benefits. Plan 2 fish meals per week. Swap out 1 processed item each day. Start small. Keep berries and nuts as snacks. Use Evo and citrus for dressings. Drink water. And reduce alcohol, especially if you take methotrexate or have gout. Realistic expectations and when to see a doctor. Don't expect overnight miracles. Dietary changes reduce inflammation over weeks to months. If you have severe swelling, sudden joint changes, fever, or you're unsure about medication interactions, see your doctor. If you're on methotrexate, specifically discuss alcohol and new supplements with your clinician. If you found this information useful, please like and subscribe. It really helps us get this information to more people. Also, tell me which of the 5 swaps will you try this week? Comment below. Remember, health is wealth.